This message interrupted my yoga. Okay, so you're welcome. I'm here instead of relaxing. First of all, there's someone who's in love with you. Someone is like so in love with you, or they want to be in love with you. They're trying to be in love with you, and you're not allowing it to happen. Okay. And that's because of your past. You've been very hurt in your past. Okay. You've been through the ringer when it comes to like romantic relationships. You've been through it. You've been through the most. Your interpersonal relationships caused you, like the trauma from those, honestly, caused you to do a lot of healing. You could have gone to therapy to get help with like codependency issues, or like you could have BPD also, and you've gone through therapy to work on that, gone through like DBT or something. There's a way in which you related to people that was a little toxic, but it wasn't in the form of like in interpersonal relationships. It wasn't because like you were trying to be toxic. There was like a latching on to people due to like I think your upbringing, due to like the way that you were raised and made to feel unimportant, and so you took that on into adulthood and like tried to validate yourself through your partners. But you did a lot of healing on that. Okay, that's use your discernment with this message. If you have not done any healing, if you have not done any work on your toxic behaviors when it comes to relationships and the way that you relate to others, this message is not for you. Okay, because this collective, you have done a lot of healing. I would say even therapy for a lot of you, if not like all of you. A lot of therapy, but it's to the point now, like the way spirit is bringing this forward is like you overdid it. Like you went to therapy, but you overdid therapy. Like this collective, you could have had a therapist like kick you out and be like, you're done, leave me the fuck alone. But it's like you overdid it, and now you have these crazy fucking boundaries. I mean, as you should, because you know your worth. You're adding tax. You're not around. You're not here for the fuckery of like your past relationships, because the way that you showed up so vulnerable in your past relationships, so open-hearted, it really attracted a lot of like darker energies around you. So I feel like you were so like innocent when it comes to like love. You showed up so again authentically and vulnerable, and like you love. You really feel love deeply. That's why I was like wondering if this collective might have BPD. You deeply feel. You feel it's the most. Um and so that attracted a lot of partners who would manipulate that energy, who wanted to use that energy in a negative way in order to do fuckery, just do what they do evil deeds, do the devil's work. Okay. Um, but you healed from that, and you noticed that pattern, like you saw that pattern and you were like, why am I attracting all of these really crazy, toxic, unstable relationships? And then you worked on that in therapy or in the shadow work journey that you've been on. And then you got to the root of it and realized that it was because you were trying to like validate yourself through these relationships. And so you were showing up and kind of like accepting any form of love that would come your way because it was your form of validation. It was like breathing air. That was your form of air, was like relationships. You could have had a love addiction. I'm going to be honest, but now it's the total opposite. Now you could not care less if you die alone. Now the thought of dying alone is like your biggest wish. Now you're like, bet. Like people are like, you're going to die alone. And you're like, dear God, please, can I? Okay. But there's something happening. There's some type of connection that's trying to start. And I'm not even kidding you. Like, this is like, this, I'm like, use your discernment with this message, but this is like end game. I'm not like, this is it. The one is trying to enter your life, and you have healed to the point that like, you went from being like codependent to now being like a runner, like runaway bride. You're like, I can't. You're, and it's from a fear. There's still a fear. Like, I feel like you healed all the way, but there's still something that's missing because of these boundaries that are so crazy. And spirit understands why you have these boundaries. Okay. They understand. It's just that they've been built up so high and so intensely that like it's gone the other way. Now no one can come in, no one can get close. Okay, like they were needed, but then you kept building boundaries, and so spirit was like, whoa, 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 because there's something here, and I'm gonna be honest. There's like some type of past. This is either someone from your past who is coming back, who is returning. Okay, again, use your freaking discernment. I swear to God. Okay, and I'm gonna pause there just for a second because the whole reason I'm doing readings on this page is for my friends in Gaza. This is Mahmoud. He is 17 years old and he is in Gaza. Okay, his whole entire family is depending on him to get the donations to keep them alive, to keep them fed, to do all the things. Okay, Mahmoud at 17 years old has seen the most horrific things that you and I can't even begin to imagine. It would bring grown men to their fucking knees in terror. Okay, he's seen his best friend die right in front of him. Okay, he just lost his uncle and his cousins. Like every day for him is something that would traumatize you and I for the rest of our lives. Okay, and it is traumatizing him for the rest of his life. Okay, he needs your help in getting food and getting blankets for winter. He's fucking cold. Okay, Mahmoud is a sweetheart. Please go help him at number 12 in my bio. Okay. Okay, but like these boundaries have you, it's like, I feel like these boundaries are like healthy, but there's something here. There's still something that hasn't been healed in the depths here. Okay, the moon, the Eight of Swords, it's like these boundaries are so high because you're terrified of getting hurt again. Don't get me wrong, like you've done a lot of healing, and I'm not saying that you haven't. You recognize the pattern. You recognize when something's not for you. You recognize when you're being codependent. Like, if you have BPD, you recognize when you're splitting, you recognize when you're making someone like your favorite person and you shouldn't be. You recognize that. And so you're able to like work through it. Like you have a lot of tools in your toolbox now. You know how to calm yourself down. You know how to um, get yourself grounded so you can see clearly. You know how to do that. But it's like that's healthy and you've done that beautifully, beautifully, like an exquisite job, spirit is saying. And your boundaries are exquisite, but like they're too exquisite, they're too boundaried. Okay, like you've just fully gone full force because there still is a little part that hasn't been healed, and it's this fear of, I think it's still the fear of abandonment that you have, actually. It's like even now that you show up as a healed version of yourself, the best version of yourself you've ever been, I'm hearing. The best you've ever been. And don't let anyone around you convince you otherwise. I feel like there are some people around you who are trying to tell you that like your healing isn't healing, like you haven't done the work, and you have done amazing work. Okay. If there's people around you gossiping or like trying to make you feel bad for like trying to bring you down, you need to be aware of that as well because there's some hating going on a little bit of like people who are jealous of you fully being in your self-worth and self-love. Okay. So I'm just going to mention that. But there's the love that's trying to come in here. Spirit has someone for you. And I'm not kidding. This is like soulmate energy. Soulmate energy. They are trying to make a connection happen for you, but you are not allowing it. You are not allowing it because I don't know if you're fully aware of this yet, if this person has approached you fully yet, but they're like in your vicinity. Like they're in your energy and they want to come in, but it's like your boundaries are so fucking high that it's impossible. I'm telling you right now, this is like a connection that you have prayed for. This is the type of connection that you have been wishing for on your knees. This is the type of connection that you don't want to miss out on, okay? Spirit understands why you have so many boundaries. They understand. They say you're beautiful for loving yourself that much, but don't let it keep you lonely because yes, you're fine with being alone at the end of your life, but there's someone here who could make the journey a lot more magical. Okay? I love you.